It would be great to have someone who could do our work for us, right? Someone to prevent us from making mistakes. Someone to assist with our routine professionally and allow us to devote our time to communicating with our closest people. If only we could get results without wasting our time for nothing. Unfortunately, it's impossible in real life. But wait, Liteforex social trading. Spend your time doing what really matters to you.
Good afternoon, 2:15 p.m. CET. New York is open. Piotr here. It's my pleasure to be with you today. We are going to cover Canadian GDP as well as USPMI and ISM. Before we start, risk warning as usual, guys, please bear in mind trading FX on margin, trading crypto carries a high level of risk, may not be suitable for investors who can sustain loss of some or initial investment. Please do not invest the money you cannot afford to lose. Seek education, gain experience before risking real money. However, past performance doesn't guarantee future results. Okay, ladies and gents, what's the plan for today? We are going to focus on Canadian dollar right now. Then depends on the outcome. Either we are going to monitor towards our first break the Canadian dollar, or we are going to have a time and discuss, for example, what is going on pound. I'm going to monitor pound Canadian dollar right now. So looks like the positive news yesterday as well as wasn't worse than what market was expecting. I'm talking about the UK PMI. Didn't help out. Looks like the market doesn't believe in that solution in relation to the Brexit. Looks like the market takeaway right now is that no time left. Anyway, market may quickly change the direction and quickly change the mind. So of course, going to watch carefully developments on the British pound. But as I mentioned, right here, right now, we are going to focus on Canadian dollar. So it's going to be pound Canadian dollar, USD CAD, as well as Euro CAD. The sentiment, I wouldn't say worsened, right? So I'm not gonna watch Canadian yen. At least I'm not gonna watch it now, or for now. So trying to watch 3 should be enough during the Canadian data announcement. Let's try to connect with Michał. Let's check what he has for us in relation to this Canadian GDP. In the meantime, I'm going to go through the chart during that conversation. So please bear with me. I'll be back with Michał within a few seconds. Good afternoon, Mr. Michał.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Sorry,
it's a 1st of October. You look tired. Anyway, looks like there is something wrong with the camera.
Meaning?
Meaning that it looks like it's frozen.
Okay. Platform. Okay. slow internet.
Slow internet connection, but you look tired, man. It's the 1st of October and you're already tired.
I look tired? No, it's just a bad light. I think I need to, invest in a better lighting for, for this broadcast. So I think it's just that I'm feeling very, very good.
Okay, great stuff.
The camera is, I still see that. Oh, okay, never mind. I think it will unfrozen in a bit.
Or maybe during our second connection ahead of the ISM. Anyway, what
right.
what you have for us, Mr. Michał, ahead of the Canadian GDP?
Okay. In a big summary, we just shortly discussed the latest news from Hong Kong. We were not far from today. We were talking about the stance, the position of the Canada towards China, and we were talking about that it should be when the conflict will much more escalate, and meaning like the people will be getting hurt during the demonstrations, and we jinxed that, as we can see, and it will cause some political moves from the Canadian side, like raising tariffs for Chinese goods, but we will have to wait for some official communicate from Canadian government. But going for the straight to the GDP release data, I think that the data might be very, very better. I think it will be at least better than they expected, because despite the latest retail sales and slightly worse CPI, the CPI, the inflation is still around the target 2%. It was not 1.9. But overall, the latest macro data from the Canadian economy were very, very good. We can say its trade balance was a little bit worse because of the trade tensions, but overall the PMI was very, very good. The IVPMI latest reading was 60.6. So it's like I think one of the best we can see right now, and the employment change was also 8 to 9 times better than the previous one. I think that this will give them a strong argument to act towards the China, and it will be I think it will also influence the next rate decision, which in that moment I see no difference. It will stay the same. So I think it will be, for today, I see the stronger Canadian dollar. Don't know why. For the whole day is
weakening.
Yes, that's right. It's weakening. But I think it will, after the data, I think we will see the stronger data, and it will reverse. I think that's my opinion.
Okay, so let's have a look what we have on the chart. It's a consolidation phase going on for quite some time on USDCAD. That's the early chart. Friday we hit some stops, but market or bulls were able to hold above 32.20. We hit some stops to the downside. It's time to hit some stops to the upside. In that case, we are talking about the levels close to 33, and we are in the middle of the nowhere. A little bit better in case of the weaker Canadian dollar. EURUSD might be a little bit of the solution here, trying to recover after huge sell-off. Overall euro sell-off, but this is a very, very nice and possible jumper from the Canadian from the EURUSD bulls perspective. We are talking about this type of the formation. So looks like their first step is going on right now. So we have 3 touches to the downside. It's time to push a little bit higher. So in case of the weaker Canadian dollar, EURUSD could be the solution. In case of the stronger Canadian dollar, because of what is going on, pound totally turn around 180 degrees right now, falling very, very quickly. It looks like on this 4-hour chart, outside candle right here is going to be created. Anyway, looks like in that case that was the previous range, and there is an attempt to break it lower. If that's the case, looks like we might see lower levels. We might see fall towards 6150 even, in case of market will try to double that range. So pretty neutral right now. USDCAD in the middle of the range. GBPUSD trying to break the range to the downside, and EURUSD get the good chance to try to jump right here, right now. So that's the 3 Canadian pairs. Before we will get the number, let's say thank you to the Michał. Michał, you still there?
Yeah, I am still here.
Okay, so your bet is that the Canadian is gonna be stronger. My view is gonna be weaker. So within if I remember correctly, 3:15, within the next 45 minutes we are about to connect again, right?
Yes, that's
so
right.
Then
right.
We will see who was right. Michał, thank you very much, and
okay,
see you within
thank
a few
you.
minutes. Thank you. Take care.
See you later.
USDCAD is gonna be our indicator. In case of the stronger Canadian dollar, probably GBPUSD to the downside. In case of the weaker, probably EURUSD to the upside. Oil is lower. We will see. Don't forget about the probably I'm not gonna be involved in USDCAD, at least for now, because of the Clarida within next 20 minutes and Bullard within 45 minutes. Both are doves, so it might influence US dollar ahead of the ISM. We'll see. So guys, good luck. 5 seconds left. Don't forget that there is a little bit of the delay because of the YouTube rules. Good luck, and let's have a look what we have. Canadian is getting weaker. So what's the number? So what's the number? where I have it. It looks like it's 0 instead of 0.1 expectations versus 0.2 previously. There you go. So let's, as Canadian is weakening, let's have a look based on the hourly chart. EURUSD, where we are. We're trying to take out the latest weakness based on the hourly here. Still some supply is visible. What we have here on the hourly, on the 4 hour, that's what we are trying to break, and in that case okay, and this upper shadow a little bit too big in my opinion. Let's have a look where we are going to get the first 5 minutes close. This 1 minute here looks positive. So let's have a look if we can see $44.70 and how it's going to work. So what I'm gonna try to do looks like, I don't like this shadow base on. But anyway, 44.70 against 55, 15 pips towards 45 target first. So 2-hour trade the news, we'll see. Alright, strong close. I may try to adopt a bit. So I'm trading against the first small against 55. I will try to add at this 70 if we are we touch it, and okay, so that's my full exposure for the first one. I'm targeting the stops above, so it's a 44.98, let's say. And the second is going to be open. Euro is supported via euro pound as well, so it's not falling strongly versus dollar right now. It's here, it's all about the pound, and if we are going to get Clarida dovish, it might cause the spike on euro CAD, euro dollar, so the same, it might cause the spike on euro CAD. So guys, look, the pound is even weaker, right, than Canadian dollar post the data. Of course, it's a trade related to the news. So if we are not going to see quick resolution here in our favor, and something is going to, changing, then I'm not gonna hesitate to run away and cut that trade, right? In the meantime, guys, we are approaching slowly. We are approaching the first break within the next few minutes. Of course, as usual, charts are going to stay with us. I'm gonna mute my microphone, but I'm going to make the notes on the chart in case I'm gonna do something on the EURUSD. No worries, guys. In case of the move back towards 63.20, GBPUSD might be the, if you think the Canadian is gonna be stronger, GBPUSD might be the solution later on. Just a hint for the Michał, in case he believes Canadians is going to be stronger towards end of the day. Unless there are gonna be changes on the pound again. Well, I don't like what I see right now here on this 5 minutes. This is a possibility of the swing high. So let's see if the bulls are able to push it higher. Come on, guys. Well, would be good to see them hitting those stops, right? Towards late Friday and yesterday high. You can do this, guys. Come on, push it higher. Four minutes to Clarida. I don't like this. Come on, guys. Two minutes left towards the end of this 15 minutes candle. In case we are going to close below the high of that here, then I'm gonna to cut half of that trade. I wanna see the close above. And this upper shadow over here, another thing I don't like. So for one of those positions, I'm moving the stop below this. So in case I don't like what is going on here, but let's give them still 30 seconds to go, but doesn't look good. So it's just 5.5 pip for the one position, the stop, 5 pips, 5.5. And looks like the close is below. No. So for that one, I'm changing the stop loss to stop profit, actually break even. Actually break even. So one is still sitting with the stop loss below 55. And one is sitting with the break even. Let's have a look what's going to happen here. Euro is strengthening versus dollar. Checking Clarida comments. Rejection. That supply is sitting somewhere here. And of course, towards the top of the hour, I wanna see the close above the previous hourly high. Otherwise, I'm gonna to be totally out, right? So the half position is at break even. Half is still working. All right, guys, time for the break. Few minutes after the top of the hour, I'll be back. Charts are staying with us. I'm gonna monitor this EURUSD, and in case update is needed, I'm gonna put the notes on the chart, so no worries. Enjoy the break, guys.
It would be great to have someone who could do our work for us, right? Someone to prevent us from making mistakes. Someone to assist with our routine professionally and allow us to devote our time to communicating with our closest people. If only we could get results without wasting our time for nothing. Unfortunately, it's impossible in real life. But wait, Liteforex social trading. Spend your time doing what really matters to you.
Hi guys, welcome back. Nothing is going on right now here. As I wrote, we have to take out some certain level SAP to avoid the situation that we are going to create swing high on this hourly chart. We took it out 85, 90 next, but you know, it was trade related to the news, so I thought it's gonna be, you know, either quickly we are going to hit what we are supposed to hit, or we are wrong and market will prove that I'm wrong. But to be honest with you, well, just the spike post data and then consolidation, I don't like it. I don't really like it. Just few more minutes here with this EURUSD. We are to connect with Michał again. Shortly, Michał will provide few informations ahead of the US Cash Open, ahead of the USPMI and ISM. Bullard within the next 8 minutes as well, so that might be interesting. Clarida, based on the source I found on Twitter, nothing about the monetary policy. So that's how it looks, at least for now. If you want to get the full speech, here you go. It would be good to see the break higher here from that consolidation, so that, yeah, at least would provide some, you know, opportunity to double that range, and in that case that would be 85. But whoa, come on, the risk, I don't like it. I don't like it. Maybe I will get back later. Nothing is going on here as of now. Probably I'm gonna cut that trade. Yeah, let's make it just break even. Let's have a look. Maybe somehow they will, based on the Bullard of comments, spike euro dollar, spike euro CAD. So the first half was break even, the second the stop is moved to break even as well, or somewhere around break even. So yeah, no fireworks post Canadian GDP. Just 1 minute, just, you know. Still some supply is sitting, and the bulls are working with that supply, working quite nicely, but 45 gonna be the key, right? You know, it could be just the stop hand rejection, but you know, based on that it's a news trade, spike is enough for us here, right? Would be great to have some 30 pips spike, and then that would be at least 2 to 1. I'm not sure how many of you watched the RBA earlier today, and I went through that. Again later. I was a little bit too sleepy, and I should react faster around this weekly open on out USD. Well, that's, yeah, it was too early for me. The good thing is that I didn't jump into the pound Oz yet with those fireworks on the cable. The last thing you wanna see here on this 5-minute chart is this upper shadow and move back. Yeah, that's crap. Maybe we have to retest this 44.50 eventually. We were almost there, but we are trying to hold the weekly open, right? So they should push that price higher. So we are about to leave this EURUSD chart, but we are switching to euro dollar here. We have dollar yen here, so let's make it that way, because US is about, not that one, because US is about to open. So USD JPY as well as euro dollar. That's what's going to be interested for us. Let's have a look at the reaction after the bullard. Is he about to talk about 50 basis point cut again or what? But looks like there is a little bit of the profit taking on euro dollar, helping this euro cut pushing higher a bit. Looks like it's not my original chart. 1 second, guys. That was here. No, it's not as well. Anyway. Okay, because original is my original euro dollar chart. So USDCAD is back here, and that's gonna be euro dollar. So euro is reacting around the yesterday low. So there was some stop hunt towards the yesterday low, as well is reacting at the bottom of the channel from the daily chart, as you can see, trying to push it higher. But of course, Friday low, which has been broken yesterday to the downside, works as a supply. So plenty of, that's what we discussed this morning during the pre-London Open live market coverage. That higher 35.50, that's possible supply for me from the intraday perspective, but very careful, because from the higher time frame perspective, we are where we are, right? All right, Mr. Bullard. More about the Brexit saga. All right, so twice break even or around break even on EURUSD. Nothing extraordinary. I can't see anything from the Bullard. So approaching US cash open. So let's try to connect with Michał ahead of the US cash open, ahead of the USPMI, ahead of the US ISM, and let's have a look what he has for us. Please stay with me. We will be back together within the next few seconds. Hi again, Michał. After 45 minutes, market proof us that we both were wrong. So either we haven't seen the very weak Canadian dollar or very strong Canadian dollar. We are bouncing a little bit to the upside, a little bit to the downside. So anyway, hopefully the US data will be the catalyst for US dollar, and we will see some fireworks. So maybe this time, instead of the break even, there's gonna be possibility to make one or two trades. Anyway, what you got for us?
About the US, we can say the markets are, I think, are still trading for stronger dollar towards the the future US-China trade talks, which will be held on 10th of the October. I think also that's the market driver, and yeah, I was trying to analyze those the forecast, what we can have for today, and I think we will have something around actual reading, because I'm also looking at the what is waiting on this ISM manufacturing PMI, and it's 30% of new orders, 25% of production, 20% of employment. Supply delivers 15% and inventories 10%, and I think that lately the Chinese were focused on buying farm products, so I think the manufacturing this manufacturing index will be I think it will be closer to the actual reading, which is 49.1. I think it will be it will not stood up to the forecast. So I think we will be having the worst reading towards the and if we want to talk about also in the US and ongoing saga with the impeachment, it looks like it's going to be something a bit shorter, very short Brexit saga. It looks like the Democrats don't have enough enough proofs, enough stuff to impeach right now Trump. They are gathering the documents from Mr. Giuliani, the personal lawyer of the Trump, and trying to conclude some bigger bigger argument to impeach Trump. And and towards that we also see that in the informations that that Trump support in the House of Representatives is lowering, we can say. It's going down, but we'll have to see the further development. Right now I think it's more helping Trump than more helping dollar than hurting him, because also the public is more like Trump positive. We can say the Americans don't want to see the another impeachment.
Yeah, that's what we discussed lately as well, previous time. So what's your verdict towards the dollar, and what's your verdict toward the US indices, Dow Jones, for example?
I think we will have the manufacturing index will be lower than the forecast, but I think slightly better than the actual. So I would like to say about the Nasdaq, which I think will be more Nasdaq positive and more dollar positive. I think we will not see bigger turnaround turnover than we see for today, which is a stronger dollar.
So I've been thinking that you are going to say that the dollar is gonna be lower, because I see dollar higher as well. But you know what? If we have this type of the consensus, we might see lower dollar at the end of the day. In that case, so,
I have like that feeling also. And can you just tell me, because you're already on the chart. I don't know if I wasn't paying attention to your webinar. You were talking about the dollar Swiss franc, why it was lately so Swiss franc was so wholesaled against the US dollar. You were talking right.
I just switched to dollar Swiss franc. Is weakening mostly because of the huge disappointment from the PMI reading, as well as the whole Europe. So Switzerland joined the party with the weak reading, and Swiss manufacturing PMI was 44.6, even weaker from the weak expectations. So the expectations were 46.5, and the previous reading was 47.2. Of course, Swiss franc might be treated as a safe haven, but US stocks is doing. I can't understand why the stocks is going higher, especially DAX. We saw the DAX earlier. There was a pullback, and talking about the DAX, about the indices. I will switch to the DAX for a second, because there was almost what we discussed this morning, the possibility to try to short the DAX from the intraday perspective for a few points, but I will switch to the DAX within next few minutes ahead of the US Open. Just briefly, euro dollar, as I mentioned, testing bottom of the channel from the daily chart. We hit earlier today. We hit yesterday low, so the stops from yesterday been hit. Rejection a little bit higher, but it's still, this time is fighting around 109. I'm looking for a possibility to try to sell it on rallies towards 935, 940. Dollar Swiss franc, I would like to see a little bit sharper pullback towards 99.60, the second zone over here and try to buy. And the only dollar pair I may look from the selling perspective, but 60 pips higher, is a dollar yen. I've been looking almost whole week, previous week, some opportunities to try to go long, been bouncing here and there, and overall dollar yen is higher by right now by like 70-80 pips. I was not able to grab that many. We were long for a quite short period of time previous week, so it's grinding higher, and yeah, I think that's 109.20. That's what we are looking for. That's what we are talking about in dollar yen, and that's the only pair right now I might think about selling the dollar. So yeah, I see as well stronger dollar. So here is our consensus. Anything would you like to add?
No. It's nothing.
It's okay.
To
All right.
add more.
So
Just
we have
briefly.
We have like 3 minutes towards the US cash open. Michał, thank you very much. See
Thank
you
you
tomorrow
also.
again.
Sorry, I wanted to add just that the Canadian dollar is getting stronger, but towards the pound, which is overall
Because
weakening.
pound is weakening.
Yeah, slightly.
Okay, Michał. Thank you. Have a great rest of the session and see you tomorrow.
Yeah. Same to you. Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Bye bye. All right, so that's the DAX, and we were discussing this 12,475 towards 12,500 based on my chart. We were discussing, and the scenario, it was like 1 or 5 minute chart that we are going to make the some kind of the like double top formation where the second top is not equal but it's a little bit higher. And you know what? I'm gonna show you what happened. I have to be frank here. I didn't trade this DAX setup. It was not the way I've been looking for, but it was this type of the double top. So let's switch to the let's switch to the 1 minute chart. Where was it? It was somewhere here. Yeah, that's here. That's here. Maybe I'm getting a little bit too old. No, of course I've been waiting for different setup. But guys, here the high 12,496. The next minute 9643. So very, half of the point. But anyway, it was a double top where the second top is a little bit higher. But of course, I've been waiting for this type of the jump, stop count, pullback, another like here, like they were starting here, right? But I've been waiting for something like this. So no my setup. Then finally they broke through the bottom, right? And there was a Niagara fall. So good reading, good plan. Unfortunately, I was, a little bit too afraid, maybe, or well, I had a plan and it was not fully realized the second top. So, but we were close. So the way of thinking was good. So, and of course, congratulations, because maybe you, based on what we discussed, you were using your own strategy to open, and you were short, or maybe you are still short. So then, of course, congratulations. The good thing is that it was the correct reading. So, DJ, I'm waiting patiently for some kind of the nice setup here on DJ. We are fighting with this supply. Of course, I don't like this, you know, attempt to the round this bottom. Yeah, we will see what's going to happen here. Bulls are fighting. The thing is that there is no rush to try to be short, you know, forcing myself to be short when I know that at the beginning of every month some funds are buying, pension funds are buying. So, you know, with this, if the market is slow, then there is a bigger opportunity that we will end up higher, right? So, yeah, hopefully we are going to get some kind of the setup today. That's gonna be the chance to try to join the part. So what kind of the setup I'm talking? What kind of the setup I'm talking about? Well, the not the great thing from the bear's perspective, not the greatest thing from the bear's perspective is that we are above weekly open more or less, right? And here was the latest weakness. I'm talking about this range, the whole range here. Okay, and we are somewhere, well, close. Okay, we will see. Market is working 2 minutes right now. The cash market is working 2 minutes. Let's have a look how they are going to work with this pre-market high. So let's create this first 5-minute trading range, what we usually do, right? So that's the cash open, today cash open. That's for now cash low. And that's the cash high for now. We'll see if we are going to get some kind of the white range. That might be some kind of the action during the first part of the US session. Otherwise, I'm afraid it's gonna be slow. We are above weekly open, we are above intraday's possible demand. It might be some kind of the retest lower. Let's have a look what we have here since yesterday. Well, this break, retest and higher. So probably that's the key. The weekly open might be the key. But you know, it's $30 point range for DJ. So what we are talking about? What we are talking about? All right. Expanding. Did we take intraday low? Not yet. All right, so what we have? 40 points. The 40 points. Dollar is quoting 27,000. $270 would be 1%. 130 0.5%. 60 0.25. Very narrow range for DJ. Right here, right now. Even the distance is quite okay, 40 point, but it's less than 0.25%. Taking into the consideration where DJ is trading. So probably very slow start. At least that's how it looks for now, unless some news hit the market and move the market. So going back and watching dollar, a little bit of the pullback dollar Swiss franc, nothing's going on euro dollar, and the dollar yen grinding higher ahead of the data. We have 10 minutes. To final manufacturing PMI, and we have 25 towards ISM manufacturing PMI. So short break, nothing unusual. Short break, and I'll be back ahead of the PMI within the next 6 minutes or so. Right, so not the usual long break, just the 5-6 minutes. It's a little bit different schedule today, so charts staying with us, and I'm going to mute my microphone for 5-6 minutes.
It would be great to have someone who could do our work for us, right? Someone to prevent us from making mistakes. Someone to assist with our routine professionally and allow us to devote our time to communicating with our closest people. If only we could get results without wasting our time for nothing. Unfortunately, it's impossible in real life. But wait, Liteforex social trading. Spend your time doing what really matters to you.
So welcome back. We are waiting USPMI manufacturing within the next 2 minutes, 1.5, and then USIsm. In the meantime, DJ moving higher, fighting with this intraday supply. As we have 1 minute, our afternoon meeting, we started with the Canadian GDP, which was weaker one. I've been trying to trade EURUSD, half break even, second half break even, no big fireworks after the Canadian data, and so that's the one thing right now. Let's have a look if there is anything, any possible trade on the dollar, this time after the dollar news. Actually, the second one, I think, gonna be much more important. But the PMI, that might be some kind of the preludium, the picture, and then around the top of the hour, we are going to get the ISM, right? And the winner is dollar should be the winner here. Especially dollar yen, guys. So fighting around yesterday high, pushing higher from here, 108.40. So let's have a look. If we are going to get the strong number, finally we might see this 109 on the dollar yen. So let's have a look. How can we join this dollar yen party to the upside? Looks like this is the intraday. So this one we can remove this one. And from the intraday perspective, as long as we are above yesterday high, looks like we are safe. So I'm not sure if we are. What has to happen to see the pullback? I would like to join 20 pips higher if possible, but those lower shadows, 3 lower shadows here, saying that it's not necessarily might happen. So let's switch lower to 15-minute chart. Nice swing low here, and the previous one. So maybe here 35. That's where market may want to look for stops, with our stop below the yesterday high. Looks like they finishing the business right now. Yeah. Also Swiss franc reacting, dollar Swiss franc reacting at this first zone. I mentioned before that I'm more interested in the second one. But you know, they are not gonna to ask me where I'm more interested towards. They're trying to hold parity. So they are not going to ask, Piotr, would you prefer 99.60? Okay, here you go. No way. So we'll see. I would be very careful here with euro dollar, over under possible. In case we are going to get this swing high breakthrough ahead of the ISM manufacturing, let's say towards 55, then the pullback towards 45, then maybe, just maybe, I will have to join a little bit higher in that case. Plenty of those small levels on the dollar Swiss franc around. Looks like 60 might not happen. At least not for now. We already had tiny pullback. DJ is pulling back. Let's check the news. Nothing here. Anything above expectations, pretty much bullish for the dollar overall. The previous one 49.1, expectations 50.4. I'm not sure who is in charge of this announcement, if it's a Mr. President Trump fan, meaning we might see higher reading. If there are opposition, then we might see lower levels. That's my conspiracy theory, right? We discussed this some time ago, that I'm not sure if impeachment is going to take place, so If you want to see President Trump losing next election, mostly because of the weak economic numbers. If the economy is gonna do well, then probably we are going to have the again President Trump. So yeah, but looks like a little bit of the fear ahead of this ISM right now. So because of the PMI reading, we may try to guess that in charge of that announcement was the fans of President Trump. Of course, that's the, guys, joke. We still have 6 minutes to go, 7 minutes to go. As we have some time, for last 2 weeks from time to time, I've been mentioning that beginning of October, maybe a little bit later, we will start with something additional, and we are getting closer, guys, so please be patient. I think you are going to like it, and it's yeah, it should be, especially for the active traders. That's what we are preparing, should be very, very useful. More to come, guys, stay tuned. Euro dollar is fighting around the yesterday low. DJ trying to hold the top of the first 5-minute trading range. And 5 minutes to go. Trying to trade over under on this euro dollar here, but it's only from the intraday perspective. I think to get something bigger from the bulls perspective, we have to take out the bottom of the channel and then reject that move to downside. So I don't know if this over under is going to work out here today. So what we have right now, around the globe, we have very deep down when we are talking about the European PMIs, with German 41.7, come on, and the DAX around 12,500. That's I can't explain. Only expectations of more printing could explain that, what is going on. So the German is horrible. Then the Swiss, as I mentioned during the conversation with Michał, also is 44.6. What else we have? The Asian PMIs weakened, Japan Tankan weak. Looks like the North America improved. Canada, US. I forgot about this. Chinese better than expectation number. Gold, we've seen tiny bounce from the level we discussed this morning, and looks like more to come very soon on the gold side. Okay, so 1 minute 30 seconds. Looks like dollar is ready to jump. I want to see the second reaction, actually, not the first one, the second reaction. One minute to go. We are going, when we are talking about these events, we are, besides the usual morning meetings, we are going to cover US ADP tomorrow, US PMI ISM services on Thursday, as well as European PMIs probably, but of course Friday, non-farm payrolls day. And we are going to cover it live as well here, Liteforex Global YouTube channel. So you're more than welcome, guys, to join us. Okay, so we know where the nearest stop on the dollar Swiss franc. We know where we are from the euro dollar perspective. Daily open, 10 seconds to go. Good luck, guys. And the swing high on the dollar yen. The second reaction, that's what I want to see, not the first one. There you go. There you go. So suddenly within 1 second dollar yen hit the levels I've been interested in ahead of the data, and I'm no longer huge gap down on the DJ. And guys, one of those gaps is going to finally work, right? It's going to finally work. 47.850 expected. Even pound recovered a bit. And let's get back to my latest conversation with Michał, where he said he is in favor of the dollar, and I was like, okay, unfortunately I'm in favor of dollar as well, and then I was laughing that it's not gonna happen that way. So usually consensus doesn't work. All right. Something around 109. I'm going to try to buy euro dollar with the stop below today's low. Parity on the dollar Swiss franc might be the sell. I'm not in rush, guys, you know me. I'm not gonna chase the market here. So we did the stops to the downside. Right now we are working with the intraday stops to the upside. So just trying to summarize what we have. It's a special one. They are not gonna close this gap, guys. I think they are not going to close that gap. Anyway, I'm going to try to trade. Look how smart this gap was. It was below the cash open or around the cash open. They are not going to close that gap probably, guys. But anyway, I'm going to, of course, if there is a news that there is a deal with China, of course we are going to be sky high. But guys, I'm going to work with 27,000 as a sell order and 2750 as a stop. Maybe not round number. I'm going to work with 2699 somewhere. It's a little bit lower. It's 26988 with the stop above the high. So I'm risking somewhere around 50 to try to get the break and then partial. If I'm gonna be filled, my partial close is around these lower shadows. The rest is gonna be open. All right. We are moving below the weekly open. I may try to work a little bit lower. But the distance between the entry and stop is gonna be too big. Anyway, I'm going to watch carefully. Dollar Swiss franc parity with the stop above the high. That's what I'm gonna to look for. And euro dollar something around 109.05, 109 with the stop below the low. So it's not right away the trade that we can jump same as EURUSD right post Canadian GDP earlier today, but you've got three levels I'm gonna to focus on, and I'm going to work with those three. Gold is recovering from the levels where we were talking about, but I'm not gonna watch gold. I think euro dollar Swiss indices, that's what I'm gonna to focus on. Dollar yen, I wanna see where we are going to get the daily close. Still 108.90, 109.20. They were so close. So pretty much that's it from me. We are going to discuss what happened tomorrow. Hopefully I'm gonna be able to get my levels we discussed here. Maybe not on the DJ. So right now I'm going to on the move back towards the weekly open. That's where I'm gonna to look for as well. Maybe some kind of the hints if they wanna go higher or no. But not in rush, no chase. We are going to get our levels. Do your own research, guys. Don't follow blindly. Especially the managing the position is so important. Very low risk, as you know. If you are watching me for a while, you know not taking huge risk. So you know. So that's it from me. If you have any questions, that's a very good moment to ask. Otherwise, 8 a.m. CET tomorrow, pre-London Open live market coverage here, Liteforex Global YouTube channel. Then 2 p.m. CET, so right at the New York Open, preparation for the USADP. All right. So you are more than welcome to join me tomorrow again. And today, that was my pleasure to be with you guys. 2 break-evens on EURUSD, but hopefully we are going to get something interesting here on the euro dollar, dollar Swiss franc, and indices. You can try to watch DAX, for example, as well. Have a great rest of the US session. Don't be trapped, and see you tomorrow, guys. Goodbye.